We also talked earlier about land values and looking at the guidelines that said that land values traditionally increase when they have wind turbines on them. Was there any assessment done on the values of neighbouring properties?
So, Mr. Barrett, I'm aware that there's been previous studies that have looked into land values associated in the vicinity of renewable energy projects. The department hasn't done its own research in recent times, but I am aware that there has been previous studies that have looked into this. My understanding from those studies is that it hasn't identified that there's been a decrease in land values, and in fact, in some cases, it's actually talked about an increase in land values, mainly as a result of, over time, land increasing in value per se, maybe not as a result of the renewable energy project. But yes, so I think the last report that I'm aware of was in 2022 that was done around land values.
And while not necessarily having pulled it together as a full data set, of course the work that Value New South Wales does to undertake land valuations over a 3-year rolling cycle would actually provide that data as to whether values had changed or not over a period of time. I just don't think anyone's aggregated the information.
Okay. Still on the planning for the guidelines. The one that we talked, there's one there about fire safety in the wind turbines, suggesting that wind turbines don't pose a greater risk of starting a bushfire or impeding firefighting efforts than other similar type of infrastructure, including communication towers. That would be supported or evidenced by someone from the RFS?
Yes, so Mr. Barrett, all of the assessments that we do for renewable energy projects, including wind farms, we seek advice from Rural Fire Service, and so that would be very influential in our assessment of those projects.
Are you able to table that advice for us on those?
With regard to specific projects or with regard
to turbines? So in my head, one communication tower in the middle of the paddock, I can get that, but if you've got 40 300 metre towers all a couple of hundred metres from each other, that is going to make flying a RFS chopper around that place dangerous, hence impeding firefighting efforts. So I just wonder what advice you have to suggest that wouldn't be the case.
So all the advice that we will receive from Rural Fire Service on each one of the projects that we assess is publicly available. It's part of the package that we put on our website. So happy to draw your attention to perhaps some of the more recent wind farms that we've assessed.
Yep. We can give you a last 3 or 4 and examples of the RFS advice that would come back, because obviously it's bespoke to the particular development application. But if we give you enough examples that you can see the diversity of response. And
you're confident those examples back up that statement that they don't impede firefighting efforts? More broadly, that's in those guidelines?
Well, that would be part of our assessment that we do on each one of those projects. That's correct.
Thank you.